everybody, and welcome to another ASMR video. I'm so happy that you decided to join me today. This video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a great way to help you eat healthier in the new year. They provide fresh, pre-portioned, ready-to-cook ingredients right to your doorstep. If you're like me and you want to eat healthy but you don't always have the energy, these meals are a lifesaver. HelloFresh makes eating well, stress-free, and delicious with a variety of customizable options to choose from. It's cheaper than takeout and comforting to know that you'll always get the most fresh and high-quality ingredients. You should give HelloFresh a try and be sure to use my code. Click the link in my description and you'll receive 21 free meals and free shipping. Thank you so much to HelloFresh, and I hope you will enjoy the meals. So the theme of today's ASMR video is a bright future. I was inspired by the new year coming up, and I've been thinking a lot about my goals, and I also have reviewed my goals that I set for myself last year, and I gave it some thought about what I could do differently setting goals this year. And I also asked some of you on my Instagram, what are some of your goals for the new year? So I haven't checked if anybody answered, but I thought that would be fun to share with you. And this could just be a little chat about my goals, your goals, and you can discuss your goals in the comments as well. So this video will just be a bit rambly and I'll just share some of my thoughts. So I really like the new year because I love the feeling of a fresh start. I'm not a person that thinks new year, new me. I'm the same, but it is a really fun way to view your goals. It's like an annual celebration, so I think that's fun. But I'm definitely somebody who thinks about my goals all year, constantly. But I do love the new year to set bigger goals and try to set myself up for a good year ahead. So I guess what I'll talk about first is what I learned about goal setting from prior mistakes that I've made. So the first mistake that I made last year when setting my goals was that I set goals that were completely out of my control. Some of them, the ones that I didn't achieve, especially. Of the goals that I set that I crossed off as successful or achieved or whatever, I crossed off less than 50%. And the majority of the goals that I did not cross off were things that were completely out of my control. And so I wanted to keep that in mind this year when setting goals, to think about what is in my control realistically, something that I can work towards and actually have a result that is in my power. So for example, a bad goal for me to set would be, this year I want to get 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, because that's completely out of my control who decides to subscribe to my channel or how many people. However, what is in my control is to post more frequently on YouTube, improve the quality of my content, come up with more interesting ideas, things like that are in my control and can potentially result in that other goal. But it sets yourself up for a feeling of success because those are things that I can cross off and say, I did that. Whereas if I do all those things, but I didn't reach this arbitrary number that I chose for myself, I might feel disappointed and like I didn't do a good enough that year. If that makes sense to you. So that was a really important lesson. A really important lesson that I learned. So the other thing I wanted to share with you, in case it's helpful to anybody, it's a lesson that I have learned throughout the year, is that I used to have a habit of setting goals that were really broad, and then I would have no idea how to even work towards it because it was just too big of a goal. So for example, one of my goals is to become a better musician, a songwriter and singing and playing piano especially. And I just had this goal written down as like, become a better musician, work on music more. However, it was really difficult for me to work towards that goal until I started breaking it down into really, really small goals and small steps. So pretty recently I realized that I was struggling to work towards some of my goals because they were too big, and especially when it comes to things that I care about the most, I am the most reluctant to do it for some reason. And I really have to push myself because I get nervous about doing something bad or failing before I even start. So I really need to break down my goals into really small habits. And that's the most important thing I realized towards goal making this year, is that I do a lot better at working towards my goals if I create habits for myself that are achievable. So I'll give you another example. One of my goals last year was to take better care of my skin. And that was something I had trouble doing before until I created a skincare routine for myself and I wrote it down so I know exactly what I'm doing and I don't have to even think about it. And then after following those routines that I created, it became naturally a habit. And so now taking care of my skin has become something easy and natural to me. So I recently created a routine for myself to help me reach my goal of becoming a better musician. And it involves practicing vocal warm-ups, practicing specific songs that will help me improve in areas where I'm weaker, and then practicing my original songs, followed by practicing piano. So these things I want to do every day and follow this routine until it becomes a habitual part of my daily life. The last thing that I've been thinking about a lot lately that I want to share with you is the importance of diligence. So for a really long time, I thought motivation and momentum was everything. And so if I were to not feel motivated or not feel like I have momentum, that would really throw me off of working towards my goals entirely, and I would stop doing everything. And I realized, even if I have no momentum and no motivation, motivation, the thing that I want to have more of going forward is diligence, which is a decision. And to work hard at something requires diligence, because no matter how much you love it, it doesn't mean you'll always feel motivated to do it. So before I talk about my goals for the upcoming year, I'll open my Instagram and see what some of your goals are. Great. Alright, I got a handful of responses, and I'll read them to you. Build a stronger body and get better at art and music. I completely agree, actually. Those are my goals as well. Surviving the next year and working on myself. Get my license and drive about the Peak District in the summer. Oh, that's really nice. To hopefully move into my own flat at some point. Open my pizza restaurant. Oh, wow. Start working out at my local gym. Become in tune with my higher self. Evolve past damaging fears and beliefs. Be more confident and present. That's really beautiful. Hoping to make a career change and build a more stable future for myself and my family. Work on my novel even more. Read more books. I want to do that too, actually. Keep taking care of my mental health and my mother's dementia. Learning how to produce music, releasing music, reading more, and studying new things. Launch my first app on the Apple Store or Play Store. Complete my programming courses. I'm learning Python and Java. Go to Japan. Better sleep schedule. And the last one says survive. I think these are really excellent goals, and I'm really grateful to those of you who were able to share your goals with me. And if anybody else didn't see this post and would like to share, I would love to read your goals in the comments below. I think it's really inspiring to discuss goals with other people, and it's also really exciting when you find out that there are other people working on the same goals as you. And it's so interesting also when there are people working on completely different goals than you as well. I will open my notes to look at the goals that I wrote down. Alright, so I would love to share with you about some of my goals in case anybody is interested. So my first goal that is related to YouTube is to post at least once a week and twice a week if I can, which is a lot easier said than done, but I'm hoping to do it. The next one is that I want to stick to routines that I create for myself and be disciplined with my music practice. The next ones are kind of like physically related. So I want to increase my muscle percentage. Wait, is that how you say it? So I want to increase my muscles. I want to increase my flexibility. And I want to get back into ballet. And I want to get back onto point shoes. So we'll see. I want to also improve my posture. I have pretty good posture when I think about it, but I want to practice using good posture all the time so that it's natural even if I'm not thinking about it. And then I want to have more self-confidence, and I want to have a nicer internal monologue towards myself. I want to start sharing music more that I've made. And last, I just wrote to put myself out there more. Yeah, especially when it comes to music. I think I've been thinking about starting a TikTok for like a year. And I don't know. It just makes me nervous. But I think it's a great platform to share a little bit of singing and stuff like that. And yeah, I want to stop being so shy and perfectionistic about sharing music and just putting myself out there a bit more, because I really think I'm holding myself back from how much I would like to share just from not feeling confident enough. So I really want to work on that and share things, even if they're not perfect. That's not the point of making art and being creative anyway. It's just about creating something and expressing yourself and sharing something that is important to you. So yeah, hopefully with these goals, you'll maybe be seeing more of me and hearing from me a bit more. So, thank you for listening to me talk about my goals, and thank you for sharing yours with me as well. I hope this video was nice for you and helps you feel like the future can be bright and helps you feel relaxed as well. I will see you again very soon. Bye.